If the oil companies didn't have the deepest pockets, I don't think Trump would be pandering to them nearly as much.
One of the other headlines is goes like this: Trump on supporting EVs. Elon endorsed me, so I have no choice. In a speech in Atlanta last weekend, apparently Donald Trump expressed his support for electric vehicles, attributing his change in stance to the strong endorsement from Tesla's CEO Elon Musk. Quote, I'm for electric cars. I have to be, because Elon Musk endorsed me very strongly. So I have no choice, he stated. It turns out Elon announced on X that he supported Trump following the assassination attempt. However, and after several reports, he has denied that he pledged a monthly $45 million donation to the pro Trump super PAC. And your thoughts on that were?
Right. Trump supporting EVs. Yeah. Personally, I think we're at a tipping point. Government help. Well, sure, it'll be nice for the EV industry. Government help. Yeah, it'll be nice for the infrastructure. But there's enough people who are buying EVs, who own EVs, and there's enough infrastructure that's been built. I don't think the government help is absolute.
Yeah, I think the early adopter phase is over, and that mass adoption is definitely, we're on that curve right now.
Yeah, we are on that curve. Trump had continued on in some of these remarks and talked about how some place in the Midwest spent $9 billion to install 8 chargers. I don't know if that's true or not. I really have my doubts about that.
There were 8 chargers, I think, installed, he said, and it cost $9 billion.
Yeah.
And boy, I would love to be in the charger business if you're getting that much revenue from those chargers. That's over $1 billion per charging location.
Yeah, we're in the wrong business, obviously,
Oh,
if that's
yeah.
the case.
Yeah. But yeah, he does continue. The quote continues here, and this is Trump talking. They want to go all electric, and there's no way you can ever load them up. They call them loading them. You can't load them. We're going to have to spend $9 trillion, he claimed. Now we're going into the trillions.
Yeah. Okay.
They say that Trump also criticized the expenditure on charging infrastructure, particularly in the Midwest. And he also criticized electric vehicle mandates and the green energy policies. He labeled the current administration's green initiatives as a scam and pledged to redirect funds toward more traditional infrastructure projects. Please bear in mind, we are non-political on this show. I'm not going to, voice my own preferences, but this is EV news, and it's going to affect some things, so it's important to talk about. Continuing quote is, he says, ridiculous and actually incredible waste of taxpayer dollars that is fueling the inflation crisis, Trump declared, referring to the government's investment in green energy. He attributed rising inflation rates to the massive expenditures associated with what he termed the Green New Scam. In a meeting with top U.S. oil executives in May, he is committed to reversing many of the measures that the Biden administration implemented to combat climate change.
It really sounds completely political to me. If the oil companies didn't have the deepest pockets, I don't think Trump would be pandering to them nearly as much.
There's an interesting statistic that goes along with this in this particular article. In 2023, electric vehicle sales in the U.S. surged by 40% compared to the previous year, and it reached nearly 1.2 million vehicles, according to data from Cox Automotive. Additionally, the total EV market share in the U.S. increased from 5.9% to 7.6% compared to the previous year. So like you were saying, it looks like the EV revolution is continuing to grow with or without government help.
And if you remember last year, it seemed to be all over the press that people were abandoning EVs in droves, that the EV revolution had failed, that EV sales were dropping. And yet, when the real numbers come out, they didn't drop. They went up by 40%.